she found an OTA $80 cheaper, bad ranking on Skyscanner. She never got the bookings confirmed. Everybody knows how to book an airline tickets, right? But how can you make sure that the ticket that you're getting is at least close to the most affordable option? In this video, we're going to solve one of the most important parts of booking a flight. I'll show you the process I personally go through in order to make sure I'm paying the least for the best service. And stick around until the end of the video because I'll tell you what to me is the hidden gem app for getting the best price. My name is Manu Rosso and I'm a professional geoscientist and travel agent with 15 years of experience on the field. I spend most of the year traveling throughout the world, and on this channel we will visit amazing places from Canada and the world. I'll also show you the best tips to get the most of your trip without breaking the bank. So grab your passport because our journey starts now. Let's start by saying that with the internet it should be, in theory, really easy to get any type of service. The truth is that's sadly where things get more complicated, because there are way more options that if we try to get a ticket in person at a travel agency in our cities, and at the end we'll want to feel that we got the best service for the best price, right? So in order to explain my booking process, we have to take into account two main concepts. The first one is Metasearch engines, and the second one is the online travel agency, OTA. I'll explain them very easily to you, so don't get bored. In the travel business, there exists what I call retail travel agencies, or OTA. That means online travel agencies, right? For example, Expedia and Booking.com, and 50 plus others, and Metasearch engines. By example, Google Flights, Skyscanner, Kayak, and Momondo. Basically what happens is that the Metasearch engines don't sell the ticket that you want to get. They act only as virtual storefronts for online travel agencies. In this case, the OTAs are the ones who get the direct product from the providers, like the airlines and hotels. Having said that, I normally base my search on these two services and try to mix them with the direct provider, in this case the airline, and compare the prices directly so I can minimize the risk of paying too much for a ticket. And here's where you need to exercise the most of caution. Most OTAs are fine in terms of security, but you always need to be very careful with prices because of cases like the one I'm about to show you. A friend of mine was looking for a trip to Hawaii during the busiest time of the year, that is December. She asked me for help and I found what I consider the most affordable and safest place to buy her tickets, but it turns out she found an OTA on Skyscanner that offered tickets that were $80 cheaper. Considering that she was traveling with 4 more people, the total savings were supposed to be around $400. But here's the thing, I saw that too, but when I checked the prices, I noticed that the OTA had a bad ranking on Skyscanner, and that's why I didn't recommend it to her. Long story short, she ended up paying for the tickets, but she never got the bookings confirmed. Fortunately, the OTA ended up giving her money back, but it was 15 days later. And in the meantime, she lost the original price I found for her and her family and ended up paying way more than at first. So, this is very important. Not all OTAs recommended on the Metasearch engines are reliable. They are led into the system because at the end you might be left with the impression of getting great deals from them, even though you are the one who's risking your money if you get the wrong OTA. For this reason, I'll show you a tip to avoid any further problems like this. Let's say that you are on Skyscanner and you find a great price with the OTA, let's call it Magic Air. The first thing you need to check is how many stars it has on the Metasearch engine first. Once that's done, you come to Reddit or TripAdvisor and check the reviews on their website. With that, you're very likely to have a peace of mind while booking. But now let's put all of this into practice. We're going to book a ticket from Toronto to one of the most beautiful cities in the world, by the way, which is in my country, Cartagena, Colombia. The first thing we're going to do is clear all the cookies on our browser or use the incognito mode on Google. Why? Because once we start looking for any sort of product on the internet, the vendors use the cookies to track your search history in order to offer offer you, in theory, what you're looking for. The sad part is that some of them may raise the prices during search history. Have you ever tried to book a ticket with a friend from another country or other city and you both find two different prices? Well, it's very likely because of the cookies. It could be also for the VPN that's using, but that's another story. Then we are going to look at the Metasearch engines. I normally look on the 5 most popular: Skyscanner, Kayak, Momondo, Google Flights, and Liligo. Then, once they all show me the prices for the tickets, I pick the cheapest one, and then I go to Expedia and booking.com. But remember, not all the agencies offer the same type of fare. By example, one could be cheaper than the other, but they don't include the carry-on or the check bag. So make sure that you're always comparing apples with apples. And lastly, once I have the cheapest price from all of those, then I go to the airline's website and try to find it there. And if I can, I'll book it out there. Why? Simply because getting a ticket with the airline directly makes it easier to make changes to the reservation. Most of the time when booked through a travel agency, simple changes like adding a bag, changing date, or picking a seat can be more complicated than if we book it directly from the airline. Okay, now that you know the method, I'll show you what, in my opinion, the best meta search engine that I normally use to get the great deals, or at least I use as a reference. By the way, they are not paying me to make this video, and the winner is Momondo! I got this recommendation from my sister a few years ago, and I have been using it ever since. To be honest, 80% of the time I find the best prices out there. Is your booking method somehow similar to mine? Is there any other idea you use for bookings? Why don't you try it and book it a short escapade from your country and tell me how it goes? Let me know in the comments down below. And don't forget, if you're not familiar with bookings or you simply want somebody to do it for you, just contact me via Instagram or TikTok, or leave a comment with the word info. I'll make sure to reply all the comments. And remember that I'll be posting fresh videos every week about the beauty of Canada and Latin America, and also show you tips on how to make the best budget trip. And please don't forget to subscribe to the channel, ring the bell, and follow me on my social media. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next video.